So word on the street is that dark-skinned black men, due to them no longer being in trend, you understand, they're now falling out of trend, right? You know, the snow bunnies and the spicy Latinas, they don't want them anymore. They started going back to their own kind. So due to that, all of a sudden now, dark-skinned black men understand colorism, and they're now opening up about how it negatively impacts their lives.
Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strada. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVPs. So lovelies, I came across this interesting, discourse on my For You, and I thought to share where black men is actually out to talk about their experience as a dark, skinned black man in a colorist society. It's often this idea that every race actually want dark skin men, but I think it's not longer a trend right about now, and it's actually got that to the situation whereby black men are complaining to the fact that they also experience this colorism. This also sparked a lot of conversation on the state of social platform, and I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll it. Please leave me your own thought and let's start.
So word on the street is that dark-skinned black men, due to them no longer being in trend, you understand, they're now falling out of trend, right? You know, the snow bunnies and the spicy Latinas, they don't want them anymore. They started going back to their own kind. So due to that, all of a sudden now, dark-skinned black men understand colorism, and they're now opening up about how it negatively impacts their lives. As a dark-skinned black woman, I know that you're not that ass right now. Please tell me that you're not dead ass right now. Please tell me that this is a fucking joke. Because when it comes to the conversation of colorism in the black community, I feel like there's only two groups that could honestly speak on that. And that is the dark-skinned black woman as number one. And then right after that is the light-skinned black man. Because those are the two groups that dealt with more of the negative impacts of colorism than they dealt with the actual benefits from colorism. When it comes to the benefits of colorism, the people that benefited from that were dark-skinned black men and light-skinned black women. The dark-skinned black man was always aware of colorism, but never spoke on it because they were benefiting from it. They were willing participants. They loved the fetishized terminology BBC. They loved being seen as hyper-masculine. They loved being seen as a brute, but in the sexual manner. They would even defend the racist, you understand, sex play or sexual play. They defended this because they were benefiting from it. You understand? They'd use it to even try to put down other men and other groups. Oh, your women want us. Your women want us because we're X, Y, and Z. They perpetuated those stereotypes. They had no problem with colorism when they were on the benefiting end. But now that they are no longer in trend, now all of a sudden it's, oh my God, it's so hard to be a dark-skinned black man in America. Excuse me? Y'all notice how the light-skinned black man is not a part of these conversations? He's not talking about, oh, I didn't understand how colorism was going to affect my life. It's because it's always been affecting his life. Okay? He was called soft because he's light-skinned. We were saying things, or I remember a lot of women talking about, I don't want no pretty light-skinned man. I want a dark-skinned man that's going to build a house for me. Y'all made the light-skinned black man seem like less than because he was light. So he was never really preferred. You understand? He was never preferred. Y'all always made the dark-skinned black man the one that was supposed to be on top. So that man never said anything. But now that everybody wants them a Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Now that you hear less and less people, especially those preferred groups like the white women and the Hispanic women that they used to brag about being able to get, they no longer want you. And a lot of them don't want you, not because of your skin complexion. They don't want you because how you talk about your own kind, how you talk about your female counterparts, how you talk about dark-skinned black women. They see that shit and they're like, why the fuck would I want to be with a man who talks like this about his own kind? All that fucking pandering that you guys were doing to try to make it seem like you were the best, that shit is biting you in the ass now. And all of a sudden now you want to speak on colorism? You always knew of colorism. You didn't care. You were willful participants when you were benefiting from it. Now that you're not in trend no more, I'm seeing these little think pieces. Please, please. Until you actually offer, first of all, a heartfelt, sincere apology to the Black, dark-skinned female community that you guys humiliated, ridiculed, knowing damn well you look just like her, just in male. Until you do that, I don't want to hear shit from y'all. I don't want to hear nothing, because all you're doing is honestly manipulation. You're no longer hot, and so now you're trying to figure out how to fit yourself back in. I'm sorry, no, we want Aaron.
Like, on the real though, when it comes to colorism, nobody likes to talk about the black guy's experience. Like, when I was going to school, I remember when guys were getting called blick, like dark-skinned guys were getting called blick. And now, if they would try to bring up their experiences, it just gets disregarded, like, quickly. And I got a caramel complexion, but I remember that summer in year 7, that sports day, I got really dark, like, to the point it was like purple. And I remember I was getting compared to, like, the black grape KA can. Like, man, and I was light as well, so I could only imagine what dark-skinned guys were going through. And whenever they tried to bring up their experiences, it just get immediately disregarded.
Okay, I understand that dark-skinned black women experience colorism. I completely understand that. But so do dark-skinned men. So when I see a dark-skinned woman trying to say that everybody loves dark-skinned men or dark-skinned men have it so good, can you just stop talking about us? Can you only talk about your experience as a dark-skinned woman? Because plenty of colorism affects dark-skinned men, whether you want to believe it or not. We just don't talk about it a lot, and it's very dismissed. So that's my only thing. If you're a dark-skinned black woman, I feel for you. I hope everything works out for you. But just don't try to talk about how society perceives or treats dark-skinned black men, because you are not a dark-skinned black man, and we experience colorism just like you do. Okay, I understand that dark-skinned
a hard time sympathizing, empathizing, whatever you want to call it, with dark-skinned men complaining about colorism all of a sudden. Because maybe 99.9% of all the colorism I've experienced in my life has been from dark-skinned men. Not only that, right? It's been dark-skinned men telling us for literally the last 5 years on this app alone that it's a preference. It's a preference. It's a choice. We can have preferences. I prefer light-skinned women. I prefer. So now all of a sudden, y'all have this profound experience with colorism on the dating scene. All of a sudden, y'all have been deemed unworthy of being in relationships. I'm confused, right? So in my mind, either one or two things are true. Either you're making this shit up, right? Either you're blatantly lying, or you hate dark-skinned black women so much that when we were speaking on our experiences, instead of sympathizing, empathizing, and adding to the conversation, you chose to minimize our experiences and feign to it not existing, not being a real thing. Either way, I'm confused, right? If this is a systemic issue that's been going on, why are y'all just now talking about it? Like, I'm so confused. I'm really confused. I'm trying to understand it, right? It's not easy to understand. What it sounds like to me, what y'all have been doing is perpetuating the very hate that you have been receiving from non-dark-skinned women, right? It seems like the light-skinned women and the white women have been handling y'all ass, fucking y'all behind closed doors, being with y'all behind closed doors, but really not wanting y'all ass, treating y'all like sex slaves, objectifying y'all. But up until this point, you enjoyed it. Right? Oh, I can get any bitch I want. I can fuck any bitch I want. It's been enjoyable up until this point. And because of that, you have been using your desirability, right? Sexual desirability over the heads of dark-skinned black women, telling us that you don't need us, right? Because you got all this tang, all this cootie cat chasing you, trying to get this dick. That's the non-stop rhetoric I've heard for 5 years from you dark niggas. Now all of a sudden you feel harmed. I'm at a loss for words. You have been perpetuating the very harm that you claim to have receiving onto dark-skinned black women. Yikes. I actually switched my type to light skins when I was in high school because the dark-skinned niggas were so fucking mean and evil. Obviously, I'm over that now. I date whatever. But you niggas was so diabolical. I'm gonna need a well articulate, very articulate black man. One that's actually conventionally attractive. One that's not ugly, right? Because I see ugly niggas complaining and I'm just thinking it's because you're ugly. There's too much nuance to this conversation. I'm really having a hard time wrapping my mind around it. I swear to God, I really am. But the crazier part to me is that y'all are saying that it's dark-skinned black women perpetuating these behaviors. I find that hard to believe. I don't believe you. Mainly because you've been so quiet about it up until this point. You can say I'm victim blaming, but you were happy being victims up until 5 seconds ago. Victims, right? Because you were enjoying the sexual objectification and gratification up until 5 seconds ago. Now all of a sudden it's this profound, enlightening experience. Like, make it make sense. I'm having a hard time sympathizing, empathizing, whatever you want to call it.
When I said that a lot of black men who date Caucasian women are bisexual, I meant that. Say this time and time again. Black men want to explore their sexuality. They want to be bisexual in private and homophobic in public. And these are the avenues in which they are allowed to do that. Because they're not subjected to, oh my God, he might be, out there sleeping with men, when we're not around and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because black women got common sense and they have female intuition and stuff like that. And all the things are the things. Now, I'm not saying all Caucasian women go for that type of stuff. Because I see some that say, oh, nah, you can't pull that shit over here. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them are. A lot of them are down with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are, and a lot of people try to say that I'm crazy, and then people making videos calling my mama all type of, bum bitches and shit like that. Oh, I'm a Caucasian, I'm a black man, and I like Caucasian women and stuff like that, and I'm straight. You straight get your ass ate, you know what I'm saying? You like your bunkie played with, you like your salad tossed. But y'all can't tell me shit on this internet when I keep seeing it time and time and time and time again. Plus, many of y'all try to take me home. Bitch, I ain't with none of that.
Yeah, I love me a trapping ass, dark-skinned country ass. This is part 2 on why colorism is not always about attractiveness. Think about dark-skinned men. Dark-skinned women love dark-skinned men. White women love dark-skinned men. Mexican women love dark-skinned men. Nigerian, Jamaicans love dark-skinned men. Mixed women love dark-skinned men. Light women love dark-skinned men. Everybody loves dark-skinned men, right? They stay winning. We only want to bring up colorism when it pertains to a darker-skinned woman. Why? It's because we tie darker skin to masculinity. That's why it's okay in men. That's why it's loved and appreciated in men. But nobody wants a masculine woman. On the flip side, Drake-looking and light-skinned men get the most hate, and they're usually called pretty boys. This is not about attractiveness. It's because they're sassy. They're too feminine. So yeah, colorism ain't about being ugly. It's how we attach traits to skin tone. And let's be for real, dark-skinned women, fine as hell. Stop the cat. Yeah, I love me a trapping ass dark-skinned.
I've been seeing a lot of discourse, a lot of stitches, a lot of videos on my video about dating dark-skinned women. And I even seen women in the comment section saying that I don't date dark-skinned women in Chocolate City, where dark-skinned women come to feel loved. Hey, I'm happy with who I'm dating right now, so let's not get into my dating history. Let's talk about the fact that they keep on saying that I wouldn't understand the dark-skin experience because I'm a man and not a woman. I'm gonna need y'all to really wake up. And this is why I always say that y'all don't think men are human. I've seen all these people talk about their life experiences as a dark-skinned woman. I'm 30 years old, about to be 31 years old, and I grew up in a most colorist generation. The most colorist generation. These people nowadays wouldn't even understand the stuff that used to come out of people's mouth. I went to 8 different schools in 5 different school districts, and I was made fun of in every single one. The only reason that I'm even funny to this day is because I had to joan back. A lot of women in school didn't even deal with me until I got popular at that school. And the only reason I was even popular is because I was funny, because I was an athlete, or because I was in a go-go band, I was a creative. And even then, a lot of the women would deal with me behind the scenes just to say that they did it as a trend, but then go back to dealing with light-skinned men. And that wasn't even something that just happened in high school or in middle school. This continued to happen all the way up through my 20s. So I don't want to hear none of this stuff. Every time I've dated, and the reason I said the opposites attract is because my experience is that every time I tried to talk to a brown-skinned woman or a dark-skinned woman, they was not fucking with me until I got popular. Every single time. I'm seeing dark-skinned and brown-skinned women walk up to me that I used to slide in their DMs. And now that I'm popular, they're in my face. Y'all think I don't notice these things? Y'all think I don't see the fact that a girl that I just dated earlier this year, she used to tell me that she didn't want to tell her friends about me. She didn't want to tell anybody that she was dating me. But then I seen her ear to ear smiling in front of a light-skinned nigga face in the party. Happy to be outside with him. But every time she see me in a party, we got to act like we don't know each other. But then we got to go back to the same apartment. Y'all think I don't know these things? Y'all don't think that I've sat in the car with a woman who told me that, oh, I don't like real attractive men. I don't like pretty boys. I like dark-skinned men. You don't think that I've sat in the car with women that told me to my face that, oh, I'm not usually into conventionally attractive men. I'm into you. Y'all don't think that I had these experiences at work? I worked in a restaurant. They put me right in the back. They told me that they put the servers in the front because they pretty. I worked in Petco. They put the cash register people. They put women and light-skinned men in the front at the cash register at a pet store. And I was back there with the reptiles and the snakes and the goddamn fish. I've worked in offices. Now that I work in Virginia, I have people that profile me, that tell me that I don't know what I'm doing, that double, triple, quadruple check my work, that tell me that I'm not doing enough. I gotta go harder. I gotta be smarter. I gotta actually go the extra mile to seem smarter than my colleagues just because I'm dark skinned. I got white people at work that tell me, no, I have a black man at home. Like, I would never think that about you. You look at their goddamn partner and their partner is beige. That is not a black man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop acting like, oh, you wouldn't get it because dark-skinned men are already overmasculated and that's looked at as attractive. I don't want to be overmasculated. I don't want to be a toxic masculine man. Why is it that I have a pug and everybody tell me every day that, oh, I thought you would have had a pit bull or a Rottweiler? What's up with that? What's up with the fact that every time that I was dating in my 20s, they used to say, oh yeah, you're probably a fuck boy. Like, you're not the type that you settle down with. Why? I'm smart. I'm handsome. I'm goofy. I'm funny. I walk around smiling every day. Y'all see how I always got something on my head? This ain't because, oh, he bald. No, because if I don't have a haircut and it's over 2 days old, I notice that people start saying I look dusty. And on this app, you got to be attractive, just like everywhere else in my fucking life, where if I wasn't clean cut down to a T, shaved and with a low haircut, then I was looked at as dusty. When you dark skinned, if you're not a celebrity or an actor, like an athlete, your dark skin don't shine like a crystal or a gem. You're dusty. You look like dirt. These people are not your friends. That's why you think that I really don't care what y'all be saying to me. I've been dealing with this my whole life. My family even told me that my own family members will put me out there to cut their grass and do yard work and wouldn't let my brother do the same thing and he'd be in the house just because he light-skinned. I grew up with a light-skinned brother and my own family, I'm not going to say who, but has told me that my direct family treats my brother different than they treated me. And I seen it firsthand. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all got to stop this. And I swear, y'all think that men want to be looked at as overmatched. Y'all think that we want to be thrown on the front line. We want to be. I box my whole life. I'm very stoic. I don't want to be violent. I don't want to look at as violent. I don't want to be looked at. Why you think that when people say, would you ever leave the DMV? No. The DMV is the only place I feel safe. The only place that I'm not looked at as violent just because I'm dark skinned. And then when I date women from out of town, if I date an educated woman from the suburbs, from any town in America outside of the DMV or Atlanta, they look at dark-skinned men and they look at you as a play toy. And then when they bring somebody home to their parents, it got to be that light-skinned dude. It got to be pure. It got to be clean. Y'all think I don't notice these things? Yeah, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about too. Y'all suburban black girls that's not from the suburbs of DC, the woman from the suburbs of DC is cool. The woman that's not from the suburbs of DC, they treat me like a play toy. And y'all think I like it. Y'all think that I think with my little head, not my big head. Y'all think that, don't you? You think that I like to be over actualized and over masculated as a man. I don't. I don't want to be looked at for my strength. For a whole year, y'all didn't even know that I was in the gym and I'm strong and I work out every damn day. All y'all saw was a floating head because I want to be known for my brain instead of my damn body. It's okay though. I'm gonna let y'all have it. Y'all can think whatever y'all want. And I bet this video don't do a goddamn thing because y'all don't care about dark-skinned black men's feelings. Y'all only care about dark-skinned women. And that's okay. Because I care about them too. But until y'all know me in my real life, then you can shut the fuck.
Okay, like there is this trend I have seen a couple of times on the space of social platforms, especially coming from some group of dark-skinned black men, sometimes they often talk about how they are not like every other person want them, like just the way at which these sisters that stitched their video actually explained. They often have this stereotype of, oh, every other person want them, like every other person want a tall, dark skin, like every race, whereby making a black woman to look some type of way. When a black woman complain about how, or a very dark skinned black woman complain about how, they've been treated and all of that, most of these guys do not want to see them, like, do not want to see from their own point of view. They just want to see as, you guys, you know. And there is this stereotype of dark, skin black women, with mask, like it has a lot of things to do, which I don't really get myself involved with such discourse. As you all know, on this channel, I don't really do anything that how to divide. No, I'm not for that. But this particular conversation sparked my attention, you know, in the sense that I have seen some couple of such videos. Also, some videos that has to do with some group of black men talking about how they don't want to date black women. They like snow bunnies and all. I have seen countless such videos, the types of such videos. Also, with this, there's this particular one I stitched last time. A black dude who was actually in a relationship with a black with a pan colored snow bunny, but at the end of the day, this nobody pupilled him, even though he's all over the social platform before he was pupilled by this nobody, talking about how it's better for him to actually go down with a dog instead of a black woman. Like, I don't know if you guys know her about this discourse all over the social platform. So I have seen such commentaries from black men and all of that. And the sad part that I don't stitch stuff like that, but sometimes I just want to like listen to what is really going on. And I have heard about this discourse about, oh, some black men, every other person there is okay. And I'm making it look like they don't experience what as a dark skinned black woman experience. Okay. But right about now, it's as if that trend is not more a thing, it's dying off, and all of a sudden so many black men are coming out to share their experience about, oh, nobody's actually talking about dark skinned black men, blah blah blah, just because maybe they're they're not more they're not more the standard, will I use that word? Okay, now they begin to realize or to feel what a dark skinned black woman have been feeling and been trying to explain for the longest of time, and nobody wants to give the audience. Nobody want to see it as something and that need to be talked about. It's always, oh, there's this stereotype about black women. Oh my god, loud, this, that, and all of that. And when you want to speak, when you want to express yourself, they're like, oh my god, everybody know this stereotype. And the worst part is that some black men are not even helping the issues. Some black men, instead of you to like defend your own, stand by your own, you see how, you know you see the way at which some of them will just disappoint a black woman. That is why it's as if a black woman will stand on a place as a man and a woman. They're standing, I should say, on a place as a man and a woman because there is no man there to defend them, you know, and thereby making a black woman who's supposed to be all feminine to have both feminine and masculine, because these black women have to really defend themselves, and because no one is defending themselves, nobody is defending them. And when they do that, they look for a way to tag a black woman masculine, this loud black, because no black man that no black man is there to defend these women, and these women goes about to defend themselves, you know. The black men that were supposed to be defending them are all busy with snow bunnies and trying to discuss about them with the snow bunnies without even realizing that these snow bunnies, maybe we want to just, it's all about fetish and to fetishize them and all of that. And right about now, that the safety trend is dying off. Now they're now beginning to realize what people or what black women have been trying to tell them. So when I saw this discourse, I was like, I'm just gonna touch on it, even though it's not my line, but I just see it as something that have to be talked about. Anyway, lovely. So I just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So please wanna just share this video, subscribe if you're here to do that, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the A next one. huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.